Hey there, this is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck reveal and review. This is going to be kind of a quick one. Won't read the full text on each card, but just trying to get the flavor and a little bit of, how to evaluate too, hopefully for you. All right, so let's see what name we get here. We have Hectafiddler's Shrewd Undertaker. I don't think this is the only Shrewd Undertaker I've ever had. Maybe, I don't know. All right, Hectafiddler. Well, it can't be these. I'm gonna guess that we have Shadows, Starlance, and Untamed. Well, I got Starlance and Untamed right, and then it's Logos. I guess Fiddler, that could make some sense, depending on the sense of the word. All right, so wow, with Starlance and Logos, with both of them together, I am hoping for some mad efficiency and maybe some Amber Control and Logos, and then a lot of ramp in or burst in Untamed. So I could guess this is going to be a deck that wants to go, go, go. The best version here, I think, is we get a deck that just wants to go, go, go and win, and not necessarily a toolkit try to stop everybody else deck. All right, well, let's see what we get. Should be starting with Logos. Oh, we have Hide, which means we're going to get Vellum as well. If you can keep them on the board, those are powerful effects. Unreliable, but we'll see what else we get. Archon's Callback, Omega. Actually, because these are rares, I'll just explain. Hide and Vellum are creatures that come paired together, so they're a rare. Vellum is a rare. No, Hide is a rare, but then you always get Vellum with Hide. Hide is 4 power. Vellum is 2 power. Hide has Reap Draw a card, Vellum has Reap Archive a card, but each of them, if you have the other one on the board, then it's 2 cards instead of 1. Draw 2 or Archive 2. And if one is destroyed while the other is in the discard pile, then you put them both in your archives. And they're both human scientists. Alright, so Archon's Callback. I don't love it because of the Omega. It just seems awkward to me. The two of them is interesting. It's potentially the case that you have a couple turns where you just draw a ton, maybe. Binary Moray is a nice way to get some archiving in potentially. And Brain Eater, that's an oldie but goodie. I love to see Brain Eater. Big bodies here, right? 5, 6. Mecha Buoy is an interesting one. New in the set. It's an artifact with an amber. And at the start of each player's turn, if the tide is high for that player, they gain an amber. Um, it's an interesting card, and I think more threatening against non-Dark Tidings decks. We have a Bilge Warden to control the tide a little bit, and then a Hydro Cataloger. So when we take the tide, we archive, but that applies to the opponent too. Interesting, and I really don't love Hydro Cataloger. Um, PI Sweven, Reap Draw 3 if the tide is high. That's pretty good. Got 2 of those. Okay. So, I mean, it's possible we end up in situations where we draw a ton and then can burst our other houses. Not a ton of archive here, though, right? We have the Binary Moray, maybe the Vellum if it can fire a little bit of archive with Binary Moray, with Hydro Cataloger, but I just wouldn't expect to be archiving a ton here. Static Charge, a little bit of an aggressive upgrade there. That can be nice. Really not a lot of board control so far other than some large-bodied creatures, so that's a welcome addition. All right, let's see what we get in Starlines. Start off with Matter Maker. That's interesting with the Static Charge. Now, I hope we get a bunch of good upgrades in Star Alliance, but at least this means we can play the Static Charge while we're not in Logos, which is cool. I love Matter Maker. So, yeah, that's a great card. Um, It says that you may play upgrades as if they belong to the active house. It has a bonus amber. Static collection array. This is an awkward one. Makes keys cost one less while the tide is high, but one more while the tide is low. And of course, yeah, problem is your opponent can always take it. Of course, with the Hydro Cataloger, like maybe this ends up being good, right? We have the static collection array and the Mecha Buoy. We're always threatening, hey, you better raise the tide. Maybe they do. That gets changed. That gets us the win. If they don't, then we have Mecha Buoy and static collection array both helping us. So I don't know, but we only have one free tide raising effect so far. So the Stunner, really nice to see that with the Matter Maker. Stunner's just a great upgrade. Awesome. Together is an action. You may play a non-Star Alliance card with the tide high. You can play another one. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice way to work through the deck. Got a second together. Interesting. Now, if you were to play together, I believe that this is not like a this turn, right? So it's not like phase shift where it creates an instance. It's like you play together and then you need to play the cards. So I believe I could be wrong about that. And if I'm wrong, then disregard the rest of what I'm about to say. But if I'm right, then that means that if you play together, you would play, you could potentially play Archon's callback and then play something else after it, like two Archon's callbacks. Ooh, that'd be interesting. But you could potentially play the Archon's callback and then something else after it, because even though it would end the step, you still have to finish resolving pending effects. Ambervac, okay, that's a way to raise the tide. And with the Matter Maker, we can play it even not on a Star Alliance turn. Sierra Officer Hawkins is nice. It's a 2 power human with deploy. When you play him, you gain one for each of his non-Star Alliance neighbors. Um, we don't even have any other Star Alliance creatures yet, so seems like a good shot. Got another Hawkins, cool. Karkar, great. Good, got some taunt there. Got a Light of the Archons, very good with the Matter Maker. Got an Officer's Blaster. Shield You Later can be played as an upgrade with the Matter Maker off Star Alliance. So, I mean, wow, getting the Matter Maker early is great because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upgrades in the deck. So that could be pretty good so far. We might get 1 or 2 in Untamed. I would not expect it though. That's really fun. And Kirkar, what would he protect? I mean, you could protect the PI Swevens, that's pretty good, or Hide and Vellum for that matter. Yeah, that seems pretty cool. Okay, let's see what we get with Untamed. Cross porpoises, so that's nice. Yeah, raise the tide, enrage 2 creatures, pretty good. Gebek, more boring creature, but hey, it's a body. Genetic drift. Now, we haven't seen any plus power. I mean, we've seen things that increase the power of a creature, but not with counters. So we'll see what else we get to go with genetic drift. When you play it, you put a +1 counter on something, on a creature, um, and then each creature that already has one gets another one. Oh, Growth Surge, that's great. So Growth Surge 3, 2, 1. When you play it, adding power counters from a flank. All tied up. Nice. Raise the tide. If it's already raised, you get an extra amber. Deepwater Groon, 2 amber, and gives your opponent 1 if the tide is low. That's pretty good. We're going to have a lot of pips here on our hands. Another Deepwater Groon. A third wow, 3 Deepwater Groons. That's pretty great. Mollymawk for a little bit of artifact control there. 2 more cards, three more cards left. That's a lot of pips. That is a lot. I mean, obviously Infernus can do stuff to those, but that is a lot. I like it. And then Witch of the Dawn. When you play it, you can return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. That could be a 4th Groon, or yeah, I mean, pretty solid. We have a Youngest Bear who can let a neighbor reap. I don't think that's going to matter for much. Although I guess like some of those logo scientists would be nice to get an extra reap with. Hey, there we go. So we end up with a creature heavy untamed. A little bit of artifact control, but we will want to be able to play these creatures out. 6, 7, I'm counting the Amber Pips now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's kind of a lot of Amber Pips. Now we did not have, do we have any Amber control in here? Amber Vac, yeah, and with Light of the Archons that could be somewhat consistent. Capture 2 per turn for a while. That could be good. Oh, that is literally the only Amber control in this whole deck. So you just have to sprint with this thing. And on top of that, we don't have any cheats. So I think this is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun race deck, but I think it's probably not going to have what it takes to put it over the edge in a really competitive setting. Um, hmm, should I guess the sass here? Sometimes it's a little slow. Loading it into Master Vault. Um, all right, what am I guessing? I think this is kind of a high 60s just because it seems like a really strong race. It's going to have a high E, but very, very low A. And so, and without the key cheats, that's going to be hard. I'm going to guess that it's at 67. And it looks like it's loading. Whoa, I was wrong. It is a 73. Okay, so SAS likes it even more. Does put it at a measly zero point 0.7 amber control. Uh, it counts amber vac as 1.67, but Mechabooey is -1. Interesting. And but it puts it at 29E, which sounds about right, and 23 speed, which is really good. The only thing is we don't have we don't have Q cheats. So I think if we did, then it would be a significantly better deck. Um, but yeah, not bad and seems fun. So that was Hectafiddler's Shrewd Undertaker. Hope you enjoyed and you'll get out and forge some keys.